Trap Politics TV, trappolitics.com. He is I and I am him. Breaking news, trending culture, lifestyle. Here with another. Oh, excuse me, 1 second. Breaking news story. Sick news story. Now let's begin. Hope, how you doing, Hope? Thanks for coming through. I've been doing some research. I've been doing some digging up on this guy, Salvador Roma. And some new details came to light that I figured, you know what, I think it's time for me to hope maybe just shed some light on how this guy got to where he got today. Now, as far as his mental condition, I haven't gotten that deep into my research, but I did find something that was interesting as I looked through a couple sources and whatnot. But before I even get into all of that, I definitely want to say, man, my condolences to the family. My condolences to the loved ones for sure. Because this is definitely, a situation where, man, like no amount of sympathy could really go across when you've lost your child. It's, man, as much as you think about it, it just breaks your heart more and more. And hopefully, shedding light on this monster, really pinpointing exactly who this vile individual is could really give a perspective on maybe the things that are going wrong, maybe ways on how to address it, and what people should more focus on instead of the least important things. We could only do our part each and every day to hopefully bring light to issues that we could help solve, so things like this don't continue to get more and more out of hand. Thank you, Hope, for your well wishes as well. um hope you are doing well. Sorry to meet under circumstances again so soon. Yeah, I know, right? It's like not too long ago we were literally was talking about the situation in Buffalo. But man, less than 2 weeks, here we are again talking about another tragic situation and another tragic case. Now, as I was doing some research, digging around the internet, like I usually try to do, I try to pinpoint certain sources that might be able to give me some more information than just the regular mainstream, because sometimes the mainstream media as well as Google don't really offer as much information as we're really trying to find out. A lot of people are still in shock of exactly what just happened, but also too, and I know a lot of people out there like yourselves want to know exactly how did this thing even unravel, where do we even begin doing research to find out exactly how did this even happen. And I stumbled upon an article. The link is in the bio, so if you guys get a chance, definitely do drop into the link description and read up on the full article yourself. I'm going to go over the article myself right here about exactly what was found, and some information that can be brought to light to yourself, so you guys could be able to get a good understanding of where the shooter could have been stopped along his path. But yeah, there was a lot of red flags, right? And another thing too, right? They talk a lot about how I want to bring to light too also these algorithms out there, right? Because I think that if YouTube could know when you're playing a certain song to flag your account, why isn't it that there aren't algorithms in play to know when people are talking about things that are very dangerous? Now, I know there's certain privacy acts in place, but there should also be things in place where minors are talking about dangerous things, which should be bringing up a red flag, not just to authorities, but at least to the FBI to look a little bit deeper into certain situations where things like this could possibly be averted. Now, let me bring up this article real quick. Now, this article right here, actually, you know what? Let me bring myself into it. Now, new details about Texas shooter Salvador Roma and how he bought the AR-15 used in the mass shooting, right? So Texas mass shooter frequently posted about guns and purchased a rifle online days ago. His most recent story featured images of two high powered rifles. Now, there you go. This guy is a young individual posting pictures of guns on his Instagram account, and this didn't set off any red flags. And it took days before anybody really took serious notice of exactly what could probably unravel with this guy. I mean, just look at the picture of him. He doesn't, I mean, a picture is worth a thousand words, but that doesn't look like a picture of a guy that really has it all put together. But then again, too, looks could be deceiving. Now it says Ramos tagged a girl in the post after the shooting. She posted screenshots of their correspondence in a story about her account. Children under 13 are, let me show right here. Children under 13 are protected by law. The rules for those who are older are a bit more flexible. Nowadays, it's 13 and younger playing with guns, right? And that's the thing. That's the thing about this article, because the more I was reading into this article, it spoke about how the young girl who this guy was texting, he was actually texting a minor, so she couldn't give her name or anything like that to the reporter for them to get more details about exactly how did she meet this guy, what they were talking about. But the reporter stated that how she was scared for her life just talking to the dude, because I guess he was very intimidating. And obviously, a person who was purchasing guns and showing this off to young people obviously would be a very intimidating individual for a young person. This was some of the messages, according to the reporter, and they did a pretty good job. It's from a verified source. It says that how, actually, let me drop the link to the let me drop the link in there real quick, so you guys could actually go and read a little bit more about it yourself as well too. This is just a paraphrased version of it, but this is some of the messages that was text to the girl from this guy. He didn't really go into details about exactly what he was planning to do, because he obviously was trying to tell her something cryptic, I guess. Talking about, I'll text you in an hour, but you have to respond. One second. Let me just get the whole entire article itself. So you guys could take a look over there. It says, I'm in school for cybersecurity and secure programming. My last two course were all about privacy laws. Last three. Okay. Yeah, now in that article that I just dropped right there in the link, also, the abbreviated version could be found on in the description. But that website right there, from the daily.com, the daily dot is a verified source. They do a lot of great work over there on that side. They were able to pull a lot of great details about the individual and exactly how he was able to get these, get the weapon and whatnot. Now it says, in response to the inquiry sent via text message to via Instagram direct message, another person Ramos followed on Instagram says that they met on Yubo, a live streaming platform for young people. Now, Yubo, I've heard of Yubo. Have I? I've been on Yubo a couple times actually, and it is a very young platform for a lot of young people to have, vague discussions about things. It's a very interesting platform. I'm on all platforms. I'm on Locals. I'm on Rumble. Anything that's live streaming, I want to be the first on there so I could check it out. But the thing about Yubo is that it's a lot of young people. Now, the thing about Yubo too, there is a lot of young people on there doing a lot of dangerous things as well. Exchanging money, doing a lot of shady shit on Yubo. So it's not surprising to me that this is where this guy was messaging certain people. That's his name right there, the biggest op, right? And it says they sent the Daily Dot, which is the source that I linked into the in the chat box. It says they sent the Daily Dot photos of their correspondence about a gun Ramos had recently purchased. They also requested anonymity, so the person who was talking about it didn't want to be known. Probably another minor as well, because this is all a bunch of young people having these discussions that they shouldn't be having. But again, too, I always think about the fact that, hey, where's the algorithms in times like this, right? Why isn't though there is a lot of privacy issues that needs to be talked about, there should also be though red flags going off where certain people should at least have an eye on what might be happening. Not to say that anything could have had happened during the time that they were talking. I mean, nobody knows the future for sure, right? But still, though, there should be certain ways to identify when things like this are being talked about and exchanged, especially on their platforms. So I say sometimes too that maybe certain platforms should be held responsible for the fact that they do allow people to add fuel to the fire to do certain things. I mean, granted, right? When crimes are done, even a person in the car who didn't know that a crime has happened could also be charged for an incident. Certain incidents in certain situations in Florida where laws are passed like that says that how if you're abating to a crime, you could also be involved and charged in it. So like I'm thinking the same thing should be happening with a lot of these platforms out here that are allowing these people to be out here having these type of discussions where they just seem to get off empty-handed. IG should definitely a lot of these platforms I believe have a lot of blood on their hands, but that's just my theory on it. I'm just having a discussion with you guys, and you guys could definitely let me know what you guys think. Now, Salvador continues. He says, follow on IG. He dropped his IG account. And in the picture right here, he's showing that he bought a rifle from Daniels, it shows. Now, in the article that I dropped the link in down there, which I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys could be able to go and check out. Let me bring this article up real quick. Now, in the article right here, it talks about, make this a little bit bigger. Daniel's defense didn't respond to the inquiry sent via the contact form on its website after business hours. It appears Daniel's defense shipped weapons to registered dealers, which then finished the purchase. Among other weapons, its site sells AR-15s for $1,800 plus tax, the same amount and model number listed on the receipt. Ramos recently sent via U-boat. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Right now, the Daily Mail. Now, the Daily Mail normally gives a lot more details about the individual. It says Ramos was born in North Dakota and lived in Uvalde. Uvalde? I don't know. I can't pronounce that. Was shot and killed during the shooting at around elementary school. He believed to be killed by law enforcement officers. Now, one thing too that I did read was that he was apprehended before he was shot. Ramos tagged her photo of the guns and raw. I got a little secret I want to tell you. Be grateful on tag. Just you reply. No, it's just scary and sad. I barely know who you are. Tag me in a picture. Yeah. Well, you see, there you go. So I guess the news article was already out there. It was already out there, and then we're gonna have Joe Biden talking right now. Actually, let me see. Let me see if I could see if we could get Sleepy Joe up on here. Say he's supposed to be having a speech. See what he has to say, because definitely interesting.
Innocent, second, third, fourth graders. And how many scores of little children who witness what happened, see their friends die, as if they're on a battlefield, for God's sake. I don't know whether the rest of There's a lot we don't know yet. There's a lot we do know. The parents who will never see their child again, never have them jump in bed and cuddle with them.
Yuval Day. Thank you, Hope.
Parents who will never be the same. To lose a child,
what is a CPB
it's like having a piece of your soul ripped away.
Article
There's a hollowness in your chest. You feel like you're being sucked into it and never going to be able to get out. Suffocating. It's never quite the same. It's a feeling shared by the siblings and the grandparents and the family members and the community that's left behind.
The thing about Joe Biden,
Scripture says, Joe and I have talked about this in different contexts, in other contexts.
CPB officer. I'll look that up right now.
Is near to the brokenhearted and saves the crushed in spirit. So many crushed spirits. So tonight,
Custom and Border Patrol officer. That's what
I ask
CPB
the nation
means.
to pray for them.
Yep.
Give the parents and siblings the strength in
Custom
the
Border
darkness
Patrol.
they feel right now. As a nation, we have to ask, when in God's name are we going to stand up to the gun lobby?
Oh, here
when
you go.
in God's name
I knew
we
it.
do what we all know in our gut needs to be done? It's been 3,448 days, 10 years since I stood up at a high school in Connecticut, a grade school in Connecticut, where another gunman massacred 26 people, including 20 first graders at Sandy Hook Elementary School. Since then, there have been over 900 incidents of gunfires reported on school grounds. Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida. Santa Fe High School in Texas. Oxford High School in Michigan. The list goes on, and the list grows when it includes mass shootings at places like movie theaters, houses of worship, as we saw just 10 days ago.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'd be thinking
New
too.
York.
He's already trying to make it
I am
illegal
sick
for women
and
to choose what to
tired.
do. Yeah,
We have to act.
very true, Hope.
And don't tell me we can't have an impact on this carnage. I spent my career as a senator and a vice president working to pass common sense gun laws.
That's very true, though,
We
Hope.
can and won't prevent every tragedy, but we know they work and have positive impact. When we passed the assault weapons ban, mass shootings went down. When the law expired, mass shootings tripled. The idea that an 18-year-old kid can walk into a gun store and buy 2 assault weapons is just wrong. What in God's name do you need an assault weapon for except to kill someone? Deer aren't running through the forest with Kevlar vests on, for God's sake. It's just sick. And the gun manufacturers have spent 2 decades aggressively marketing assault weapons, which make them the most and largest profit.
The
For
wild
God's sake,
side,
we have to have the courage to stand up to the industry.
the wild side
Here's
is
what
like
else I know.
these laws, yeah, definitely
Most
don't
Americans
help.
support common sense laws.
These laws that he's trying to pass and whatever, they don't help the common man at all. The enemy will still always get weapons regardless. That's how they're getting it now most of the time. Very few are getting it legally, but most of the times they're getting it illegally through people who aren't regulating their systems. Most of the systems are crooked and corrupt, so passing laws doesn't change the fact that the system is corrupt. Like,
Was these kinds of mass shootings rarely happen anywhere else in the world. Why?
bugged
They
out.
have mental health problems. They have domestic disputes in other countries. They have people who are lost. But these kinds of mass shootings never happen with the kind of frequency they happen in America. Why?
Well, guns are illegal in certain places. Like people can't even have a gun. If they do have a gun, they're sentenced to like 30 years in jail. Shout out to London.
Where in God's name is our backbone to have the courage to deal with it and stand up to the lobbies? It's time to turn this pain into action for every parent, for every citizen in this country. We have to make it clear to every elected official in this country. It's time to act. It's time for those who obstruct or delay or block the common sense gun laws. We need to let you know that we will not forget.
What about a hate crime bill, though, Joe?
We have to do more. Our prayer tonight is for those parents lying in bed and trying to figure out.
Americans have poor health care, so we don't screen for the crazies.
Will
Then
I
they
be
expect the
able to
crazies
sleep
just to
again?
fix themselves. Yeah, that's a fact.
What do I say to my other children? What happens tomorrow?
Yeah, the system is definitely broken. It's broken and it's twisted, and they have no idea.
God bless the loss of innocent life on this sad day.
They don't want to address those type of issues.
And may the Lord be near the brokenhearted and save those crushed in spirit.
No, not at all.
They're going to need a lot of help, a lot of our prayers. God love you.
Will you go to Texas, sir? Sir, will you go to Texas?
Crazy. Is Joe still sleeping on the fact that, hey, man, there's a lot that needs to be done within the system than just to be out here giving prayers and hopes and dreams? That's very true, though. A hate crime bill isn't going to really stop a lot of these type of things from happening, but it's like they always seem like their hands are tied for some reason. It always seems like their hands are tied and they have no other way of actually fixing these type of issues when they have so much power to do so many different things that they just fail to really use their power for what's really needed out here. And it's always, lobbies. We have to lobby, and it's just crazy. Now it's like, are we just counting down until the next one happens? I do believe that there are ways to really curb this whole situation and whatnot. I think there are measures that can be put in place, like the whole thing that happened in Boston, where not Boston, I mean in Buffalo, where from some research that I've been looking at, there was a red flag law, right? Meaning that if any student goes into any type of psych eval because of something that they do or say, they're supposed to be put on a list so the FBI could be able to at least keep them on a watch list, and they're not allowed to buy any weapons. Pretty much like what you say, but for some reason, though, that this guy was still able to get a weapon and did what he did over there in Buffalo. Now, this guy, I mean, he looks like he's definitely someone who may have checked off a lot of these things. But also, too, though, I mean, could this be an immigration issue? I mean, these are some of the questions now that starts to run through my head because, according to the story, it talked about how he got into some type of altercation with engaged with border patrol agents nearby in a shootout. So before he barricaded himself inside the school and started doing what he was doing. So was this an issue that spilled over into, was this an immigrant? Is this more of an immigration issue than a gun issue? Is this whole situation with him allowing all these people, because I think certain what are these things called? I think Section 42 or something like that was passed, which allows certain immigrants just to be able to get more validation to come across the board. Like, is this more of a immigration thing than it is a gun thing? Questions. These are all the questions that are running through my mind when I hear about things like this. He kind of resembles Magnata. Ice pick killer from Canada, just with black hair instead of blonde. Yeah, no, I've never heard about that guy. But then again, too, could this be something like that? You know what I mean? In Texas, there is a lot of there's a lot of immigrants that are coming across the border. Now, I'm not saying that it is them, but sometimes you got to ask yourself a question: could it be an immigration issue more than it is a gun issue? Granted, though, that this is beyond horrifying. Now, I also do believe that he was killed by Custom and Border Patrol agents. I do believe, because I mean, who says this? Let me assure you, the intruder is deceased," said Peter Dondo, chief of the Uvalde Consolidated Independent School District Police Department. They probably captured him, arrested him, and then killed him. "We're not looking for another individual in relation to this case." Ramos' social media was full of photos of guns, which he bought legally on his 18th birthday. State Senator Roland Ramos messaged him. Oh, okay. So it couldn't be an immigration issue then. There's a Netflix documentary called "Don't F with Cats." Yeah, I've seen that. It'll tell you all about Luca. Oh, okay. Definitely worth a watch. It was another case that was looked over. Okay, no, I know exactly what you're talking about. I know he was like a online kind of guy who uploaded videos on YouTube where he killed those cats, and then I think he flew over to certain places, and they tracked his airplane and whatnot, and they was able to catch him at a cafe or something like that. Yeah, no, he does look like him now that you said it. Now that you refreshed my memory, kind of does look like that guy. And it can be an immigration issue now that I actually think about it, because to be able to legally buy a gun, you not only have to be 18, but you also have to be a citizen. So that's one theory we could kind of scratch off the list right there. Now, elementary school, which has 600 students enrolled, is located in the city of Univille, hometown, Matthew, 60 miles east of the Mexican border and 80 miles west of San Antonio. He was wearing body armor. Another person wearing body armor, equipped with a handgun and possibly a rifle, shot his grandmother, who was airlifted to the hospital before entering the school and opening fire. Another person wearing body armor. Photos show a pickup truck that crashed outside the school, which, according to Emmett Ramos, abandoned before entering the school. He was involved in a gunfight with Border Patrol agents who arrived on the scene. One of the agents was injured, but is expected to survive. Additionally, 13 children are being treated at the emergency room as well. Wait, so additionally, 13 students are being treated in the emergency room, as well as 45-year-old man who suffered a graze. Wow. So this guy not only shot and killed 14 children, he injured 13 more. Is that what is this what I'm reading right here? So 27 people in total, 27 children in total, plus the 45-year-old. You could be wrong, as Biden is allowing them through and has been legalizing them in attempts to gain votes in the next campaign. So you can't rule it out yet. Very true. That is true. That is true. They have been expediting a lot of these people's immigration status. The flag above the White House is flying at half staff.
I want to tell you that what happened in Uvalde is
Uvalde.
a horrific tragedy that cannot be tolerated in the state of Texas. and there is swift action being taken by local law enforcement as well as the Texas Department of Public Safety. They obviously now know who the shooter was, and the shooter is no longer alive. Let me give you some details, and then I'll give you a summation about that. The shooter was Salvador Ramos, an 18-year-old male who resided in Uvalde. It's believed that he abandoned his vehicle and entered into the Robb Elementary School in Uvalde with a handgun, and he may have also had a rifle, but that is not yet confirmed according to my most recent report. He shot and killed horrifically, incomprehensibly, 14 students and killed a teacher. Mr. Ramos, the shooter, he himself is deceased and is believed that responding officers killed him. It appears that 2 responding officers were struck by rounds but have no serious injuries. The Uvalde Consolidated Independent School District Police Department is the investigating agency, and we will provide them and the city of Uvalde substantial investigative and patrol assistance. We're in the process of obtaining detailed background information on the subject, his motive, the types of weapons used, the legal authority to possess them, and conduct a comprehensive crime scene investigation and reconstruction, and identify and interview all witnesses and provide victim services and other support as needed. Victor Escalon is the Texas Department of Public Safety South Texas Regional Director. He is on the scene, and everything that can be done will be done. In addition to that, it is being reported that the subject shot his grandmother right before he went into the school. And I have no further information about the connection between those 2 shootings. And the subject is reported to be a student, to have been a student at Uvalde High School, and is a U.S. citizen. Bottom line is this, however, and that is, when parents drop their kids off at school, they have every expectation to know that they're going to be able to pick their child up when that school day ends. And there are families who are in mourning right now, and the state of Texas is in mourning with them for the reality that these parents
Texas is a crazy place, man.
Pick up their children. Our job is multifold.
Wow, the numbers
First,
are climbing.
To make sure we address exactly what happened at this crime
man.
scene, and then second, to make sure we take that information and do everything that is necessary to ensure that crime scenes like this are not going to be repeated in the future, and that we're going to be able to ensure the safety and security of our schools. I'll be happy to take any follow-up question about that they may have.
This does is provoke fear. Can I go to grocery? Can I go grocery shopping? Can't send your kids to school. Can't go to fair or events. It's all insane. I mean, you can't go to the movie theaters. You can't even drive your car up and down the street. I think
that 2 officers were shot.
All right, I'm gonna be rational here, right? I'm gonna be a little weird. I'm gonna be a little, maybe a little out of bounds about this, but I think everybody should own a gun. All people who, see, I can't even say that because people are so careless, though, right? People are so careless though with their weaponry that it may fall into the wrong hands, and I guess that's why certain people can't just have it, and that's why all people can't have. But I think like it shouldn't be so hard for an average everyday person to have one, because if shit like this starts happening, there should be at least someone with some way, instead of having to call and wait for police to show up to handle shit like this. There should be some type of way where if there's at least someone designated and responsible enough to be able to at least spring into action to minimize casualties as best as possible, especially in a place like Texas. Texas should be like, hey, listen, there's the teacher, there's the sheriff on, the premises, that just in case anything do happen, there's police nearby. Like there should be at least some way, somehow, that there should be some designated responsible individual that should be able to carry a gun openly in certain areas across the United States, not just in just Texas alone, but like everywhere, I mean, shit, things like this are starting to happen wildly, even in the city of New York. I mean, New York is just, the murder rate has just been climbing, not to mention Chicago and a bunch of other places. But it just seems like, let's start arming just the average everyday, not just, you know what I'm saying, respectfully, at least to the point where there is at least some level of responsibility and security. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just putting it out, just a theory out there to think about it, that if more people are actually armed, more responsible people are actually armed, can the casualties be minimized? What if those teachers actually had a weapon and was capable of actually stopping this individual before it got to the point where 18 people or 18 children's lives are lost? You know what I'm saying? Three adults so far that I'm seeing has been killed. That's just mind blowing to me, especially in Texas, where at least everybody should be able to at least have them. But I mean, I'm putting a theory out there. Maybe you guys could, expand upon it, or at least give me a different point of view on it. But that's just my thoughts on it. It's like, yo, this is just to minimize casualties as best as possible should always be a priority amongst stopping the shit from happening, instead of lobbying to completely eliminate and eradicate. It's like, what the come on, man. I live in Lafayette, LA. Our movie theater was the one that was shot up. I seen the shooter the day before at the Walmart. I told them that was how they tracked his movements before the event. That is wild that you even saw that guy and you recognize that guy. That is wild. This is an updated report of exactly what's happening right now. It says the death toll from the shooting at the school. Wait 1 second.
But other than the wounds they sustained, the Department of Public Safety,
Hold on.
and there is swift action being taken by, is a horrific tragedy. First, I want to tell you that what happened in Uvalde.
Okay. Uvalde. The death toll from a shooting at a school in Uvalde, Texas, rose to 18 children, not 14 anymore, 18 children and 3 adults Tuesday night after an 18-year-old gunman opened fire inside an elementary school early in the day. It is unclear if the gunman is among those numbers, although he was confirmed to have been killed by police. Senator Roland Gutierrez, whatever, said he was briefed by state police on the latest fatalities as Robb Elementary School in Uvalde, a heavy Latino community about 85 miles west of San Antonio. 3 people wounded in the attack are hospitalized in serious condition. Man. The numbers just keep on rising, and this is just wild. But I mean, what do you guys think about that? Is it a little too left? Do you think the everyday common folk, at least in these schools, the teachers, certain faculty should be at least armed? Should there be more guns on each floor so that just in case anyone tries to break in, there's at least some type of responsible individual that can be able to handle these type of wild radicalists that do decide to do these type of crazy things? Now, this guy wasn't a racist. Maybe he's just a person with a mental condition. Who really even knows? And I'm not just putting that out there just to be putting that out there, but I think that it should be addressed. What was this guy's true motive? He spoke to certain people before he decided to do these things. What was really behind his motive of actually jumping out the window? Crazy. No one is ready for that conversation. They think guns are the devil. They think the more guns, the higher the probability of an issue or occurrence. Right. And that's what I'm thinking as well, too, right? They probably think that, hey, there's too many irresponsible people out there, but the irresponsible people are the criminals that are doing these type of things. The irresponsible people are the people who are out there harming our children, making it unsafe for anybody to be able just to go to the store and eat. I think that more people who are armed civilians, I mean, I've heard that rhetoric before, right? The more people who we could arm, the better it is that if anybody tries to overreact, they know that they can't. They know that they'll end up losing their life because of it. In Louisiana, we have a cop at every school. There you go. you know, or really, or there you go, or make these police officers actually, you know, not to say that they don't do their job, but put them in places, give them some more responsibility, you know, put them, there should be at least some type of close enough headquarters to every school, or at least within the school. I know on a lot of these state campuses, they have police officers on the campus. They have campus police that literally walk around armed to the T just in case if anything do go down. You know, they hand out tickets and whatever, what have you. But at least there's a safe presence knowing that, hey, if anything do happen, there's a rapid response to eliminate mass casualties. That should always be the goal. I think that should always be the motive, the goal, the drive to reduce this as much as possible. As you say, the cops, as you say that a cop just patrolled my street. Wow. Talk about bringing it to life. But man, it was crazy how the news broke too. I'm over here, you know, having a nice casual lunch break with my homegirl and whatnot. We out here eating, talking, you know, vibing, getting, you know, our state of mind together. Then all of a sudden, you know, hey, let me just open up my Twitter account real quick and see what's going on. And now this, and I'm just thinking to myself, wait, is this deja vu? Because literally 2 weeks ago, there was an issue in Buffalo. Now instead of 10, 14 people, 18 people, 18 people, the worst mass shooting to happen in American history. Damn, man. So the man was on Yubo, talking to people, showing off his guns, showing off his weaponry. Definitely looks like a sick individual. You know, I would definitely put this guy at high risk. I would definitely question that minor. I would definitely get the FBI to question that minor. How did you meet this guy? Where? Wow. How? You know, how come nothing was spoken to the parents? See what else is going on here, man, because this is continuing to get worse and worse. 18, one teacher, 2 other adults. I wonder if his grandmother survived. The man killed his grandma, man. How you shoot grandma and then just break off and do some shit like this? You know? Do you find it concerning that when events like these happen now, the internet is the first place they go to remove as much as they can to limit information to the public? Man, that's a great question. That is a absolutely great question. Because like they have so much power on the internet though. Like they have a lot of power to do a lot of different things on the internet, right? They can make somebody famous on the internet. Why is the internet only driven to generate money, but it isn't driven to identify things like this from happening? All the algorithms are created to make your post SEO friendly and automation and Shopify and this and that and the fifth. But then again, too, they aren't using the internet to weed out these type of people. Granted, though, they have done, you know, their thing here and there to take down certain dark web, this and this, that, and the fifth. But there's like such little breadcrumbs that are out there that the internet could pick up on that could be a possible red flag. Where is the section of the internet or the section where they take these things just a little bit more seriously? They definitely scrub the end. They're gonna scrub this live, you know. Trust me. I mean, just by me putting his name in the title, they're probably gonna scrub the live. They're gonna be like, "Hey, man, you were on here reading news articles." That's the same thing that happened to my last post when I was talking about the Buffalo shooter. I didn't do anything but read posts and talk about exactly what happened and what they did. They said, "Hey, you were inciting violence, and we're gonna take this stream from you." One of my most popular streams that could have probably gotten me monetized. They decided to take it away. Crazy, right? Crazy. I have never seen a hard scrub of the internet happen as fast or aggressive as it was for the Buffalo shooter. The same with this one as well. Yeah, absolutely. I guess it's good to screen record everything. Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, this is definitely, this stream is being recorded for show, but still, even if I try to upload it, they're probably gonna grab this as well too. But which is wild because on the last stream, on the Buffalo stream, there was like over 600 people I was in the room because I was up on it pretty quick. But this one though, it's definitely something interesting where it's like they haven't really done enough scrubbing on who it is, but they're only giving you information of what happened. I think more information should be brought out about who this guy was. They say he was born in North Dakota, though. So he was an American citizen born here, he's probably first generation El Salvadorian because his name was Salvador or something like that. So he's probably an El Salvadorian individual born here, raised here underneath, El Salvadorian culture, I guess, within his family. But who knows exactly what was going on in his psyche? So that's, something I think could be brought to light. Or who knows, he might. The whole motive is now erased because I do believe that he might have been killed by the police because at first they were reporting that he was arrested before they reported that he was actually killed. Maybe they arrested him before they found out what he did on the inside, and then they came out and they said, "Nah, man, nah, we're not going to be arresting this guy. We're not going to let another one of these mass murderers just sit in a prison cell and rot like that other goofy in Buffalo, because that guy in Buffalo now is just going to be sitting in a cell with one charge after he killed 10 people. Like, I guess the public is really starting to get to the point where they're just sick of this type of things happening, especially when it comes down to children. Like children, dude, the weakest among us, children. I mean, shit, even Scarface said it. No women, no children, right? At least if you're, if you're a big fan of the movies and whatnot, right? You at least take that into consideration. So it's like, man, a lot to think about, a lot to really digest as the news continue to come on out. Because now, man, they're definitely going to be scrubbing the internet, though. And they have so much power to do more than just scrub the internet. You know what I mean? They have IP addresses. Shit, when I created my website, trypolitics.com, I saw a lot of the stuff that could be used and implemented. And I was just only scratching the surface. You know what I'm saying? I know exactly how to, do certain things on a website that which made me think, man, the amount of power that a lot of these platforms have, they could really do some good if they're really using it to the better benefit of the people instead of only the better benefit of their pockets, you know? Most psychopaths aim for the innocent, women and children. Yeah. Damn suckers, man. It's crazy. Open fire Tuesday. Eddie, Texas Elementary School. 10. Uvalde. Oh, it's not the worst. Sandy Hook, it says the worst. 20 children, 6 adults. Almost a decade ago. Oh, he killed his grandmother. Okay. He killed his grandmother before heading into the school with 2 military-style rifles he had purchased on his birthday. Because the last report I read, he was taken. The grandmother was taken to the hospital with a gunshot injury. That was the first thing he did on his 18th birthday. Officials didn't immediately reveal a motive, but governor identifying. Okay, a border patrol agent who was nearby when the shooting began rushed into the school without waiting for backup and shot and killed the gunman who was who was behind a barricade, according to a law enforcement official speaking on conditions of anonymity because he was not authorized to talk about it. The agent was wounded but able to walk out of the school. Said that the attacker acted alone. It was not immediately clear how many people in addition was wounded. Wow, man. The school's last week of class before summer break. The shooting came days before the National Rifle Association annual convention was set to begin in Houston. Wow, the NRA annual convention was set to begin in Houston. Abbott and both Texas U.S. senators were among elected Republican officials who were scheduled to speak at the Friday's Leadership Council, sponsored by the NRA lobbying arm. Yeah, man, this is. I'm pretty sure more information will continue to come out, man, and people and motives. A year after Sandy Hook, Senator Joe Manchin, a West Virginia Democrat, and Patrick J. Tomey, a Pennsylvania, negotiated a bipartisan proposal to expand the nation's background check system. But as the measure was close to being brought to the Senate floor for a vote, it became clear it would not get enough votes to clear 66 vote filibuster hurdle. The president, Barack Obama, who had made gun control central at his administration, man. What we know. Nah, man, it shouldn't be censoring breaking news, man. It should be able to at least allow people to see what the breaking news is all about. The Dallas Morning News. So where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Were you able to find the footage from the Buffalo shooting? Yeah, I was able to get it. It's up on my website, but I mean everybody was able to get it and able to see it, but I was able to get it. I do have it up on the website actually. I have it in the forums column. So it's a little, a little bit tedious to get to, but if you're signed up to the Trap Politics forums, you'll be able to be on there to see a lot of the stuff that I do find, the more, explicit things. Yeah, man, I do recommend everybody to go over there and sign up. You know what I mean? Because I definitely do believe that with more people coming together with a common cause to get the truth and just find out some true, deeper information about certain things, I think it could really expand a better narrative. Doing all this research, pro bono in the moment and whatnot, kind of seems a little, a little janky to some, but still at the end of the day, though, at least we could come to a common ground about exactly, who, what, when, where, why, and how at the end of the day. And then we can ask more questions upon that to really get to like a good understanding. Because as a people, we need to at least have a mindset in mind to know exactly, like, listen, man, what can we do within ourselves every day? What can we do for ourselves every day? Because this shit is just getting out of hand. And to be honest with you, I think it's only going to get worse as the economy continues to crumble and crime becomes more and more rampant. I think this will really only begin to get worse and worse. It broke my heart, but I went from feeling devastated. But could not refrain from laughing at the white guy screaming before the gunman said sorry. Oh yeah. At the end, when he pointed a gun at him and he whimpered pretty heavily. Yeah, that was a crazy scene. I didn't even see the whole video, to be honest with you. I didn't watch the whole thing. I don't plan on watching the whole thing. The only thing I saw the beginning, the few people in the beginning, and that's it. I didn't see when he entered into the building and did anything until the end of it. So I didn't watch the whole thing, unfortunately. The only way to stop this is join together and put an end to it all. See something, say something. United we stand, divided we fall. Yeah, man. Yes, sir. But it's hard to really. Okay, so how would you suggest that we actually do come together, right? Because a lot of people say that, even within, I think a lot of communities say that, we need to come together and really form our own type of unity where at least there's a responsible group that could be able to address issues like this when things arise, right? But didn't wasn't that the purpose of these elected politicians, right? We come together, we vote for someone who would be in power in some of the most powerful places to make changes for us. Did the power get too corrupted that people just don't find it important to make important decisions anymore? They find it too much work to do. They found that they can't make anybody happy anymore. Is that where we've come as a people? Or am I just looking too far left of the situation? Because sometimes when I really think about it, I think as much as we want to come together, it seems like we just can't. As much as I think that we're able to come together, if we do put our minds together for certain things, it always seems like there's something that just doesn't connect with certain people. You know what I'm saying? Is it still like this type of competition that keeps people apart? First, we have to stop being divided. We are not a community anymore. No one knows. This is very true. No one knows their neighbors. People need to be engaged with their communities as well. All these will help. I like that. I definitely do like that because we've been saying that a lot in New York on this side, right? That a lot of the people who are policing a lot of these communities and whatnot aren't from the community, so it causes a divide. Um, because there isn't really any more unity anymore within the community. You know what's wild too? The church and whatnot used to do these type of things, but aside from that, there really is no more organizations that really do bring the community together where you meet and greet your firefighters, your police officers, your ambulance workers, your nurses, so at least there's some form of unity where at least if someone is going through something, right, you could be able to at least reach out to someone. Yeah, you may not be able to find the solution at your house, but you could be able to call up, people that live next to you or is around your neighborhood. It's just crazy when the shit just gets out of hand and you hear about situations like this. Because I live in a predominantly white neighborhood, right? And sometimes I fear for my safety. I mean, I go to the city and I fear for my safety as well too. Not saying that because I'm in a white neighborhood I fear for my safety. Like it doesn't matter where you are. Like violence can occur at any place at any time, and it's like, at what point can we really address these type of issues, man? I don't think it's 100% racism. I think honestly the cops fear the black community and the black community fear the cops, both for good reason. And the fear stop the senseless killings. That's a fact. Yeah, I hear you on that. I definitely hear you on that. Too many senseless killings, honestly. My man says, realmente debemos orar. I'm sorry, man. I can't get you. Entiende o que el falo. It's not working for me, Papa. Sorry, sir. Let me see, man. Let me see if any more details about this guy is out there, because I don't think there's really any more details about him. Let's see. Roma. Let's see. Let's see what they got. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Damn, that was quick. Dude actually has a. It looks like he actually has a YouTube channel. I don't think this is him though. This is somebody else. So yeah, it's definitely somebody else. I about to say, hold on, son. You got a YouTube channel, son? That'll be wild. Let's look up his parents. Let's see who his parents is. Let's see if we can find out. Let's see if we can find out his parents, his oh, see this is a completely different guy. Completely different guy. Twitter always has the information. Let's see what Twitter could give us. No, that's not it. That's not it. See if they scrub Twitter. Let's see if they scrub Twitter. Shadow for grandmother before going in. This we know. This we know. This we all know. But we're trying to learn more about this guy. Is the shooter? No. Yo, this is some crazy shit. Another lefty villain thought it was a good idea. All right, a little bit more details is starting to come out. Yo. Was Salvador Roma a trans supremacist? Yo, that's a wild statement. Yo, that would be crazy if that. Oh shit. Yeah, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to break the news to you, man. It's definitely screwed up. Yeah, they haven't broken down too much more information about the dude. Jeez, man, look at that. On your 18th birthday, this is what you find yourself with. Has been tracking the shit. Boom, boom. Yeah, nothing. Nada, papa. Yo no descoro. Okay, don't do this. 2 hours ago. Yeah, so they haven't really broke down exactly. Who the hell is that? Yeah, they haven't broken down exactly who his parents was. He wasn't an immigrant because he was born in North Dakota. Um let's see. The world needs more God. Yes, it does. Yes, it does, my man. Definitely does. But this is definitely interesting right here. I have to reach out to Claire. More prayer, more guns for real, man. Because I do believe, man, that the more people, the more honest hearted, responsible people that do own weapons, that have a good mind and heart to know exactly how to use it in situations and sounds like these could definitely help reduce casualties instead of thinking that, hey, we need to lobby and we need to fight for the right to parlay. Like, come on, man. Come on, bro. Hope, thanks for stopping through, man. I do appreciate you coming through. I do appreciate your commentary. Hopefully, we'll talk again soon. Take care of yourself. Definitely hug your loved ones. Hug them tight, man. And definitely give them a nice, good kiss. Good night, man. Thank you again. Yeah. So this is one of the articles right here that they, you know, they made on Dude. Page can be found. Man. Definitely, definitely. Take care. Let's see. Am I a left or a right politic? Uh, you know what? These days I can't. Yo no sé. Yo no sé. Mucho problema. Política un día. Make sure he's recognized as a terrorist. Definitely a terrorist, man. Definitely a terrorist. Shit is nuts out there. Definitely another senseless shooting. Definitely needs to stop. A lot is going on. What do you think about politic in Brazil? Uh, Brazil, so. Um, yeah, Brazil politics is a little different, I would say. I don't really know too much of the issues in Brazil. Is the shooter in jail? I haven't seen anything about him. Yeah, he got waxed out. It's funny how not too many people are actually talking about the actual shooter himself and exactly what the motive was. There should definitely be more conversations around that as well. Could it just be someone that just picked up and decided to do this? Crazy, man. Crazy, crazy, crazy for sure. And as much as I dig and try to find some more information, because this so far was the most interesting piece of information I found. That's how many rises to 18 students and 3 adults as teacher. 44 is the first confirmed victim. CP agent rushed to school without backup and shot barricade. Gunman 18. The grandmother's condition is unknown. Well, apparently the grandma has been confirmed dead. Now, the Daily Mail is known to have a lot of up-to-date information, but unfortunately, the Daily Mail hasn't updated this information yet. So maybe the grandma might not be dead, but according to reports that I've read, the grandma has been killed. See, now there's another report. It says the Border Patrol agent who shot and killed Ramos entered the school with a tactical team with law enforcement engaged, while law enforcement officers engaged the shooter. But then it says, We shot it by our heroic Border Patrol agent who ran into the school. Because I read another report that said, hey, this guy the Border Patrol agent ran into the school by himself and did the work. Between the ages of 7 and 11. Man, Texas has been taking hits left and right, man. First the Travis Scott situation, and now this. Damn. Photo show a pickup truck that crashed outside the school while involved in a gunfight. It's just crazy how this stuff is happening. Well, you know, Joe's going to lobby. If there's one thing Joe knows how to do besides run the country, it's lobby. Man. Let me see if I can find another report about this. I know there's another report out here somewhere. Let me take a look. Usually Boxton got some stuff for us. More updated. 2 dead and many children. 2 dead and many children. Yeah. Let me see now. Because this is wild. Updated 1 minute ago. Hey, Chris, man, I've been trying to do a lot of digging to find out exactly what was the reason behind it. And it just seemed like he was just on a murderous rampage. He just lost it, man. Seems like dude just, you know, just lost his mind and decided to say, you know what? They didn't really give a motive, though. You know, they didn't really give a serious motive. It definitely does need to stop, though. I've been trying to find out some information about the kid's family and whatnot. You know what I mean? There's no information about the dude's family. The only thing it spoke about is that he is an American. He was born in North Dakota. these things were confirmed. So he was born in North Dakota. He did buy the guns illegally. The day that he turned 18, paid for the weapons, cash himself, and carried out the acts deliberately. He was actually just decided to go do this. Now, the fact that he did it with body armor means that it definitely was intentional. Why was this intentional? What was the reason behind it targeting children? I mean, it's wild. You know what I'm saying? Like, try that. I mean, I'm not advocating any type of violence. You know what I'm saying? But you don't hear these type of dudes gearing up and just heading into the hood to try to do any shit like this. Go into, like, you know what I'm saying? If you really, well, that whatever, man. It's just wild. Not to say that, like I said, I'm not advocating for none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, pick on someone your own size. You know what I'm saying? Pick on someone with guns your size. Why would you target children? You know, that's sad, bro. Imagine shooting 12-year-old kids, but I can't imagine that. Definitely don't want to imagine that, because that's definitely sick. I mean, just look at them. What's crazy too, right? I was reading a book, Behold the Pale Horse, and it talks about people like this guy. They talked about there's going to come a time where the souls will be lost in the eyes of the youth. Like, you look into their eyes and you won't even you won't see a soul. Like, they're completely lost. And it's in the eyes of people like him and that other goofy in Buffalo. Both 18. What's going on with these 18-year-olds? And it all kind of ties back to social media. And I do believe that social media have some blood on their hands. You have algorithms that identify music. You have algorithms that identify when people have so much and so much watch hours. You have algorithms to identify cursing. You have algorithms to identify all these different things, but you don't have algorithms to identify when things like this are being shown, to at least flag someone somewhere that, hey, this kid age is such and such. They have we have some alarming things that are going on with such and such accounts. There isn't any alarms being raised when things like this are happening. Sometimes I think these social media platforms should be held responsible to a certain degree, instead of just only lobbying. You know what I mean? There's more to the picture than just what you have been told over and over again by these so-called politicians that are presented to us with a belief that we should be just taking their word for what they could do to help change or fix certain situations. It's just, there's more to the eyes, you know what I mean? And that's what I'll be doing. That's the whole purpose of Trap Politics, man. Trap Politics TV, trappolitics.com. I appreciate everybody stopping through, kicking it with the kid. Make sure to check out the website. Make sure to subscribe make sure you hit the notification bell on the website. So if any new articles do pop up from time to time, you'll be able to stay notified, and you could be able to keep up to date with all things real, controversial, trending, breaking, all in one place. Trappolitics.com, man. Now, my man Chris said, like, even if he got bullied or whatever the reason may be that made him up the pole, why will you shoot kids? Then I guarantee you all they think about is video games. They can't hurt a 18-year-old. That's a fact. That's definitely true, Chris. Yeah, they picked the weakest target, you know? The weakest target. Women and children, you know? I mean, if you really have a vendetta, you know, pick on someone your own size. You know what I'm saying? Really take your frustration out. Back again so soon. Brendan's writing, sirs. Thanks for coming back, man. It's good to see you, but I know, right? So soon again in these type of circumstances. Once again, the nation proves its substandard conditions of living are vibrant, and the lack of effective governance has never been more lucid. Wake up. Don't vote. Yeah, man. I was just mentioning the fact that there's definitely more layers to this onion than what we're always led to believe. Did you hear Biden's speech? All he's talking about is lobbying, lobbying, lobbying. Come on, man. I was talking about the algorithms. I was talking about social media. Brandon, what do you think about social media, man? Do you think they have some blood on their hands as well? I think they have some blood on their hands, man. I mean, I said it before too on the last one. I'm like, yo, they have. I mean, it took days before this even happened, but he was posting up weapons and messaging people. Oh, wait till you see what I do with this. These type of messages on social media. But then again, here we are that I can't even play a Tupac song without it being flagged immediately. You could flag that with an instant, but you can't flag when there's signs that this kid is 18 years old showing weapons on the screen. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or at least raise the red flag where there should be some type of watcher on the dude. It's just crazy. Typical Democratic talking points, right? Yeah, social media is in fact antisocial. Definitely. With these type of events happening over and over again for a big fact, and I do believe they have blood in their hands, man, as they always do, as they always have. I mean, this isn't the first time. I mean, look at Facebook and the way how they were able to influence genocides, but then again, they haven't made any change because it's all about the dollar. It is all about the dollar. Breeding these new types of warrior types that show up in. They'll definitely do anything for it. Kevlar. Yeah, I think that's strange, right? That he also showed up with body armor. How are you showing up with body armor at an elementary school? So, I mean, I was talking with someone earlier, right? And I was like, yo, I think that there needs to be at least a certain level of a certain group of people that are responsible enough to at least across the United States to carry weapons. Aside from just the police, like there should be designated people within schools to be able to at least protect or reduce casualties. Like if there was someone on that floor that started to hear these type of things happen, these are the people that are responsible to spring into action aside from the police, because the police take time before they get there and whatnot. These are just certain things that I was just thinking of in the moment while I was talking to certain people in the chat. Like, what if there were, and especially in Texas, this shouldn't be a problem since it's like an open carry state, from what I understand. Like, it shouldn't be hard for people to really be able to carry their weapon. But in like certain situations and circumstances like this, schools itself actually have weapons, have police officers on the school premises to reduce the threat of things like this, let alone stop the casualty. Yep, but Biden equal defund the police. He was in his speech today, he was talking about how he wants to pass a bunch of laws that will reduce the people from acquiring weapons and whatnot. And I keep thinking, well, I mean, you're making it harder for the average guy, though. You're not really making it harder for the criminals. Criminals will always be able to get guns. A couple of cops mandatory during school times, armed the school grounds and entrances, also make the schools like a prison, like they do in France. Right, exactly. And I think also too, in certain parts of Europe, you can't even own a gun without, and if you get caught with one, you'll do like 10 years in prison, from what I understand. Like, it's very strict gun rules. Even police officers have to at least get authorization to use their guns. Schools in France have bars on windows like a fortress. Yeah. I think from what I heard, man, they definitely have some very strict gun laws. I mean, then again, too, it seems like In the skies and the Democratic side, Jim Manchin will break a tie. I think I know who you're talking about too. I've heard his name a lot. Definitely heard his name a lot. I mean, what are they going to lobby to pass too, though, right? More background checks. Yeah. What's wild, when the news was being broadcasted, when it was just breaking news over here in the US, I listened to like lo-fi music on YouTube, and like a Japanese lo-fi channel was talking about the shooting that's happening over here in America. I thought that was pretty hard too. I was like, yo, what the that's very odd. Way too odd. Elementary school, bro. The GOP, yeah, it's allegedly a Democrat, and he says single-handedly kill Bill better. Biden is a owner in Asia, threatening China over. Yeah, I heard about that. I'm from Saudi Arabia, and you're right. We're very strict when it comes to firearms. Even police need confirmation to use their guns. Yeah, man. And I heard about Biden and Tijuana as well too, man. He said it's guaranteed if China attacks Tijuana. I mean Tijuana, Taiwan. Tijuana. I talking about Mexico. But if he attacks Taiwan, yeah, it's definitely gonna be it's definitely gonna be a problem. Definitely gonna be a problem. Yeah, man. Yo, there's a lot of money games being played, bro. Too much money games is being played. And it's unfortunate that people's lives are the bargaining chips. Ever notice that people's lives are the bargaining chips, and now they're using some of their most precious bargaining chips, which is children. How is it that children are used as a grounds for lobbying new things when there's affirmative action, or is that what it's called? Not affirmative action. The hell is that shit called? Damn it. When they could just pass a law. Affirmative action. What's that shit called? The equation always ends in dollar signs, except the working class of the public, while the policeens of DC hide behind Secret Service. Oh. What the hell is that shit called, man? Yeah. No, that's not it. It's before Trump left, he was doing a lot of he was signing just a lot of stuff into law. It's called something, man. Executive order. There we go. Not affirmative, an executive order. The Executive Order Affirmation Act. Wait, no, just executive orders. All right, Chris, man. Thanks for stopping through, though, brother. Thank you, my man. Yeah, I appreciate the encouragement, man, and the good words. I'm learning every day. I'm not a person that's just gonna hop up on here and act like I know it all. I'm actually here to learn from you guys. So I appreciate everybody that do stop through, as well as you too, Chris, from Saudi Arabia, man. Thank you. I can sign one tonight if you wanted to. Ban assault rifles. Exactly. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, if you really cared that much, sign an executive order about, making it harder for certain people. It's just crazy. He faced massive scorn because the president doesn't run the country. The president is just a puppet of people and even higher power. So he'll keep in tune. Yeah, no, that's Brandon. Definitely woke minded, of course. Because America is one big company. Where there's a board, there's a president. You know, there's their managers, district managers. You know, if you really break it down, that's really what America is. It's just one big corporation. You know, and it's ran on debt. And yeah, you and me both, though, man. But sometimes I try to like sit back and I try to ask myself exactly where is the loopholes. There's a lot of loopholes. People are jumping through loopholes all the time. Absolutely. Because I was reading an article that said that how in a few days it's supposed to be the NRA was supposed to be having a convention where they were lobbying with certain politicians to speak at their rally. Paying these people to speak at their rally, and to continue to push certain agendas. And it's like, okay, what is that all about? Absolutely. They pay little to no taxes at all. Yeah, it was blowing my high. I was like, oh, what? Yeah. Are you talking about Lula? There's no CCTV footage of the mass shooting in Texas. At the supermarket in Buffalo, there were no cameras either. No one filmed. A lot of folks believe these mass casualty events are propaganda and not real. However, I don't. No, I believe all these things are very real, my man. To use children as a puppet, to use children as pawns in a game of political chess is not only tasteless, but then again, too, was 9/11 really staged after all? You know, or was that another event to stage another thing? You know, I saw the first kill in Buffalo, unfortunately, on some stupid site. A lot of us did. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely. I was able to get the footage myself too. I was able to do some digging around. But then while I was doing the digging around, the next day everybody had the video footage. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Because I did get it soon after I end that live. A lot of people sent me emails, with a lot of people send me emails directing me to a certain website to get it. Indeed, it was the U.S. itself, in my opinion. 9/11 was us, and then they killed Osama because of it. They said we got to find somebody. We got to put this on somebody. But I never wanted to witness the entire version for PTSD scares. Yeah, I didn't watch the whole video. Even though I did get the whole thing, I didn't watch the whole thing at all. I watched like the first when he drove up to the place, and that pretty much was it. You know, I just kept the video in its entirety just so I know that I had the whole video. I mean, it's uploaded now on my on trappolitics.com in the forum section. The forum section is still pretty empty for now, but I am running like a giveaway program. So the people who do sign up, I'll send them over, you know, some free merch just to show some appreciation and whatnot. But it's, you know, slow and steady, you know what I mean? I was seeing if I could, you know, get a good amount of people in here to talk about who this guy really is. But you know, this stream isn't as popular as the last stream, and to be honest with you, I'm doing a little bit of algorithm hacking when you jump on trending news topics, you know, through YouTube instead of through blog posts. It helps your algorithm jump a little bit. The only thing is that it's very sensitive, and you got to be careful what you say, what you talk about, because the algorithm could determine if I'm egging on bad things, but the algorithm can't determine when a kid is posting up gun videos and gun pictures and talking to people and telling them, "Hey, I got, you know, things planned. Hey, wait till you see what I do with it." You know what I'm saying? Like it could figure out, it could be sensitive to me, but they don't have algorithms that's sensitive to that shit. I don't get it. I don't get what's the point. Like the system is so built to hold people back, but it's not built to hold the right people responsible. It's not hold to really, it's not hold, it's the platform isn't hold to be beneficial. It isn't built to be beneficial. It's crazy. I don't know. It's just wild. Yeah, you'll get tossed by YouTube. Yeah, man. My last stream that I did when everybody was in here, like 300 people was in here, and I was in here talking for like 2 hours and whatnot. Yeah, they took that down. They said, no, yeah, we can't. Yeah, we're not gonna let you live with this one. So I was like, okay, great. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it for getting my whole strip taken down. But it was a little weird, you know. Public News here hasn't released his name yet. Oh, okay. Well, let me. Well, I'm pretty sure you know they probably filled you in, but his name is well, I mean you can read it in the title as well, but 18-year-old Salvador Roma. This is pretty much the breakdown right here. All this right here, if you know all this right here will give you a great breakdown of everything. Who was born in North Dakota and live in Uvalde. So he was not an immigrant, and he bought the weapons legally. You know, could he be indigenous? Hmm. Mm, I don't know if he could be indigenous. That is true. That is a good question. Was he indigenous? that's a Hispanic origin. That name means yeah, nah, yeah, definitely Ukraine Valley. I don't know. You're saying his name, Salvador Roma? Same first letter, same last letter is a favorite method of illuminating. The name of the locale. Oh, it's definitely interesting to see though. Now, I really wasn't paying attention to exactly what was happening. The distraction event, Uvalde. I don't know, man. What you saying? He's like a sleeper cell. I heard that there could be a lot of these sleeper cells walking around, and they're just waiting for the right moment to trigger, the right moment to act. I didn't know that about the Pentagon. Which threatening? Ukraine was threatened by the Pentagon today. Yeah, let me take a look on the back end. Also, yeah, don't forget, you know what I'm saying? Definitely stop by the forum. Definitely go to the website, trypolitics.com. Make sure you go over there, see what's going on. You know what I mean? Join the forum. And right here is where you'll see the Buffalo footage, if anybody would be interested. Right over here is where you'll be able to sign up. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Some relationship topics if you guys, want to talk about that and so on and so forth. So the platform got a little bit of everything for everybody. I got a little bit of everything for everybody up on there. But let me take a look at this what you were talking about on that side. Hold on. It says in the Jerusalem Post, the US denies Ukrainian officials' claim about plans to attack a Russian fleet. US denies Ukrainian officials' claim about plans to attack the Russian fleet. The Ukrainian Ministry of Internal Affairs advisor said in a tweet on Friday that the U.S. is preparing to plan to destroy the Black Sea Fleet. Oh wow, that's crazy. And And it was updated yesterday. That is a little insane. Yeah. Yeah, so do I, man. I try to like you should definitely sign up for the forum, man. So or some way where, you know, I could be able to get some of this information because I like to post that I like to post that on the site. I like to post a lot of these topics because a lot of them are going underneath the radar. Like I would have never checked out the Jerusalem Post to really find out about this. That was literally it was published yesterday. The Ukrainian Ministry of Internal Affairs advisor. Let me read that again because that was a lot to just digest. The Ukrainian Ministry of Internal Affairs advisor said in a tweet on Friday that the U.S. is preparing a plan to destroy the Black Sea Fleet. The Pentagon has denied a Ukrainian official claim that the United States, is planning to attack Russia's naval fleet in the Black Sea. The Ukrainian Ministry of Internal Affairs advisor Anton whatever said in a tweet on Friday, which has been deleted, that the U.S. is preparing a plan to destroy the Black Sea fleet. The effective work of the Ukrainians on warship. Yeah, that is very interesting. Very, very interesting. Very distracting as well, too. Jerusalem Post is a good source for information because they are arrogant enough to broadcast U.S. classified into. Yeah, nah, that is definitely good. And you see, and I need things like that. I need those type of information just so I could be able to stay abreast of the information. You know, I like to read and stay informed. So when people start talking about certain things, I could be able to know what I'm talking about. Because half the time I'm still learning. You know, I'm still open to these ideas. So you know. I can collaborate. Definitely, man. Brandon, we should definitely collaborate, man. I'm definitely looking to expand and do some work. You know, everything is being run and operated by me myself. So yeah, bro, if you're open to it, I'm definitely down. You know, you could definitely send me a message at any point in time, either through the website. And yeah, man, we'll definitely, you know, collab on some articles and whatnot. I'll post it up and, you know, could go and build from there. The Mossad is working in with the CIA and NATO to provide to Ukraine maritime positions like where the fleet is. Big reason why Ukraine has destroyed 4 Russian warships. Yeah, I've heard about that. I've heard that they have been doing a lot of work destroying a lot of these. You see, and I think they're using Ukraine as a way to attack Russia because U.S. can attack Russia directly. They have to attack Russia indirectly. And the only way to do that is by aiding Ukraine. Same goes with China. You know, the U.S. can't attack China directly, you know. So why not, hey, Taiwan, if you guys are being attacked, you know, I'll be able to assist you guys. But in assisting, they're just being the puppeteer behind the game by, you know, yeah, you could use this weapon, but let me show you how to use this weapon. But they're the ones attacking. You know what I'm saying? They're just the front man. Ukraine is just the front man. Taiwan is just the front man. It's a proxy war. Very true. Very true. You use the smart, man, you know, get around the ads. That's always a good thing. But yeah, no, definitely. I'm definitely looking to work and, you know, build on the knowledge. Trap politics, that's what it's all about. We're surrounded by traps and we're surrounded by politics, you know, and these type of things right here are the ways to peel back the onions of society, the layers of onions in society. So yeah, no, I'm definitely looking to peel back a lot of these things. Yeah, and they will lose. They'll also lose in the long run, as well as Ukraine. I don't think so either. You know, I know that that Russia says that how they have a lot. They have a lot in store. You know, they haven't really unleashed the true power that they do have. You know, within their arsenal. I mean, they have tons of nukes. I mean, so how you think they're gonna, you know, I think they're going to deploy these things. You think they're not capable of doing these crazy things? And it's crazy that how though that the Ukraine Ministry of Internal Affairs advisor, the Ukrainian Ministry, the Ukrainian Ministry of Internal Affairs advisor. That's someone in some. That's the people in high places, man. People in high places. These events will become daily shortly. Oh yeah, no, I was mentioning that before. I was like, yo, man, this is just the tip of the iceberg. We're living in the end games, man. You know, we are living in the end games. I was reading Behold a Pale Horse by I think let me see, let me make sure I say this right. Behold a Pale Horse by William Cooper. Very true. I need to get some new reading material myself. That's a good. Oh my god. I mean, you sound like the type of person that will enjoy reading "Behold the Pale Horse" by William Cooper. You would absolutely enjoy that book. I guarantee it so much that once you read like maybe the first two chapters of it, you know, you'll definitely yeah, yeah. It I mean, if you like, you know, political the back door to a lot of this stuff, you'll definitely enjoy that book. 100%. 100%. You're welcome, man. You're definitely I'm 100 yeah, absolutely. Definitely check that book out. I guarantee it. And I don't guarantee a lot of things, you know. Yeah, I'm out here. I try to read as much as I can. I try to stay up on a lot of things as much as I can, but I smoked a lot too much and I used to drink a lot, so, you know, I put all that in the past now, you know. I'm trying to do more positive things with my life, you know. I'm trying to eat healthy, drink healthy, you know, have a healthy mindset and build so I'm able to be more of a straight edge, pronounce my words properly, being able to read at a college grade reading level, you know. So, oh my god, yeah. Then then you'll love Behold a Pale Horse by William Cooper. Another great book too. I don't know if you like Robert Kiyosaki, but Robert Kiyosaki created a book recently called Fake, and he's exposing the monetary system and how debt has not only eroded the values of today, but he literally is putting it all on the line because he's a person that got into, you know, these popular circles, these powerful circles of people. He's the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad, but his latest book, Fake, completely, you know, completely shows the way how when the US went off the gold standard and the whole meaning of money changed once it's just inflation, this inflation machine, you know, that's continuously pumping in money. Money's going to be literally worthless. And he says that how people right now should be investing in two things: crypto and investing in metals like gold, silver, uranium, not uranium, gold, silver, palladium, and more. Because these are the things that are going to be more valuable. The way they used to live back in Roman times, that's how hard the crash is. The crash is going to send us back so far back because of how far we've inflated this machine's commodities. Absolutely. He said that how so these type of events, these type of shootings is just the beginning, you know. These are just the pangs of distress that they call it in the book, you know, and it's only just going to get worse when everybody is shooting everybody, you know, people being killed by the million, by the millions. But a lot to think about, you know, definitely a lot to think about. But definitely reach out, man. Let me show you, you know, a quick way to reach out on the website. When you get a chance, one or two ways, and it'll go directly to my phone. So one way can make it happen if this loads up real quick, because that's the whole back end. You don't really need to see the back end or all that. But right here on the front page, the submission tab, if you got a second, you know, you come down here, just enter and put your email in and be like, hey, I read that book. You know, it's a pretty interesting book. Hit send, and I'll literally get the message right on my cell phone. Like, I'll get a notification. Or you could go through here, or at the bottom of the page, actually, down here, which actually looks a lot different. It'll look like this: contact. All right, so you go down there, you hit the contact button, boom. And then you'll be able to put the title right up in here, leave the message right here, hit send, and I'll be able to get the information that way as well too. Or you can email me at staff@trappolitics.com. I mean, that'll work too. I should have just said that in the beginning. You know, or staff. Or staff@trappolitics.com. Either way, it all does the same thing. You know, I could reply back on any side, any time, any area, any which way. You know, and we could make it work, man. We could definitely make it work. Now, I missed a couple of your comments. I said, yeah, like any other viewpoint. You'll be amazed how fast you I understand. You do fine. You're already closer to where you want to be than you might know. Never heard of him, to be honest, until now. Definitely changed when we went to the Petrodollar, of course. Hispanic community. That is very true, man. That is very true. Remember, it was stop Asian hate. The Asians are being attacked. Black people have always been attacked. So first was the black people being attacked, then black people started attacking black people. But you know, it became a big thing once the Asians started being attacked, and they want us to stop actually, no, it started with black people. Black lives matter. What am I talking about? It started with George Floyd getting his neck broken right on right in front of our very eyes. Like, they just started, you know, like, not just they. I'm just talking about, well, it could be they, because Black Lives Matter is more COINTELPRO. It's more, you know, along those lines than it is, you know, and this is just my personal opinion about that, but it's more COINTELPRO than it is, you know, what they're trying to make it out to be. You dig? Sorry about that. I just got to get this information out. All right. I don't think there's really anything else really about this guy, man, that we all need to talk about. It seems like a lot of the information on this guy is very it's very skim. There really isn't much to really say about dude. Because on here, which really does give a lot of information, Sean's grandmother who ended up dying. Uvalde and Roy Hunt confirmed to treating many more. You have to ask when and gun. Sketchy to say, yeah, man. And like, as much as you try to search up this guy's name or any information about him, you won't really find any information about this guy. You wouldn't be able to find out what school he went to. You wouldn't be able to find out if he graduated or not either. You know, a lot of the information is very hidden. Sorry about that. A lot of the information is kind of hidden. Like, they've scrubbed the internet a lot about this guy. But what I do know, though, that after reading a couple sources, they did say that how the dude's grandma has passed. Salvador Ramos. Trust me, you know, I want to, you know, start doing more positive streams. I mean, I do some positive streams. I do talk about some more, you know, some more heartfelt things, but I like to talk about the breaking news stuff as well too. I like to do some research as I go along. You know, I like to tell people to hit the like button if they get a chance to. You know, I do appreciate that. It does help the YouTube algorithms. It helps keep me going and spreads the stream on YouTube a little bit more. Let me see what this says right here. I think I found an article. Okay, no, this doesn't give any information either. It says born May 16th, 2004. No, this is wrong. Yo, it is crazy. Yo, you want to know what's crazy? You want to know what you don't know what's bugged out? There's websites out there in like India, in Pakistan, in Russia, mainly India though. There's a lot of places in India that create stories that are just complete bullshit. They don't do any research. They don't research shit. They just hear about something. They know that it's a high traffic topic at the moment, and then they just create stories around it just to gain traffic. I just landed on this one website, and it said the dude was born in Uvalde. I would believe the Daily Mail before I believe a newspaper source from India. Shit is wild. Yeah, no, they let me close that off because Google just put anything up on there. Yeah, I don't know. Let me see. The term unification centers, the term reunification center strikes me odd too, because that's the second time in my life I've seen the term. The other time is in regards to Ukraine. I saw an interview on Fox, Texas, of someone he knew that said he dropped out in 10th. You're doing other streams and intensive so forth. Oh yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Yeah, you definitely, I mean, it's best to pick and choose. You don't necessarily have to, but most of the times, when it's like things like these breaking news and whatnot, as the story is developing, I like to, do some research and try to massage the thoughts and ideas while I talk to myself and talk to you guys too, to see exactly, what you guys are thinking about as well as the story continues to break and open up, so it's a good Discord as well. You know what I mean? But then again, I talk too about things like, trending, breaking news within like topics in YouTube, like Kevin Samuels and all this other crazy stuff. So it's a good mixture. You know what I mean? I try to be a little bit diverse, not always talking about the grim, heartbreaking issues like this. But I don't mind talking about stuff like this as well too. To me, it's all a learning discourse. I don't mind bouncing ideas back and forth. Yeah, definitely is a way to generate unique hits to sites like India. Yeah, absolutely, and I appreciate that, man. Thanks for definitely joining, and being part of the conglomerate, the machine, the force to be reckoned with. Yeah, most definitely. I mean, I think you could, I think I'll have to confirm as well too. I'll send you back out an email as well so I could upgrade your account so you could be able to post links and whatnot. Because to be honest with you too, right? And the reason why I advise a lot of people who do come to my streams and hang out and really have a good conversation is to build on the website, because I believe YouTube eventually will start becoming premium even for content creators. It wouldn't be so easy anymore in the future going on. I mean, with a lot of constraints that are happening, it's like eventually a lot of these so-called social media platforms, like I say, they do have blood on their hands. So Congress and these other things, I believe eventually, maybe not in 5 years, but maybe in 10 years, YouTube may not be as openly free for just anyone and everyone to be able to do whatever they want to do on it. I think ownership now comes back down to the hands of people who could be able to create their own platforms outside of being attached to the titty of these big tech companies and social media. Really step away from the big tech and do your own thing, because that way nobody could tell you what you can and cannot do on your own website. The only way how that could happen is if the feds come in and give you certain orders. You know what I'm saying? I spoke with HostGator and a bunch of these other server providers and whatnot about the type of privacy issues before I signed up for any of them, and they all told me the same thing, that it really has to come from you before they could do anything. Because I don't think a lot of these companies are even based in the U.S. I think a lot of these other companies are based other places. But yeah, no problem, my man. We'll definitely keep in touch and whatnot. But yeah, absolutely, it's definitely going to be very censored, and you really wouldn't get a good there wouldn't be such open discourse anymore. And that's why I tell people all the time, and a lot of people probably do this as well too, but they may not be doing it enough, is to definitely build your own platform outside of a lot of these social platforms and start to drive people to these places, build up your community on your own thing. So just in case if these things ever fall or drastic changes happen to policies and the way how they even do business anymore, you wouldn't be left out there stranded. A lot of people build million-dollar businesses on a lot of these platforms, and because of a lot of censorship, there is no more freedom. So you get to be able to do exactly what you want to do when you own what it is that you created. And I know it's not easy. Web design isn't easy, but then again, you have people like myself who's an open book, that wouldn't mind giving people any information, that wouldn't mind opening up the doors to be able to do things, because I know it's an honest exchange of value at the end of the day. So that's just a little side note when it comes down to ownership. It's very important, especially as times become more confined. Yeah, the aware group, absolutely. Setting the wrong being crazy. Used to live in Uvalde 2 years. Was here for your line. Yeah, man. Thanks for coming back through again. Dang, you was out there, my man. How does it feel hearing the news? Definitely. They don't want it affecting business flow of cash. Absolutely, man. They need those advertisers. In Austin now. Yeah, I heard it's not too far from Austin, right? Let me see if they updated this article. Probably did. Probably updated it, man. It's just crazy. Shout out to the Daily Mail for keeping us updated, man, because they normally have the most breaking, up to date news. In Austin now, hits different. Not hits different now for sure, since this is on the same level as Sandy Hook. Yeah, man. At first, they were saying in the news that how this is as close to being one of the worst. Well, yeah, Sandy Hook was the worst, so this would be like the second worst shooting since Sandy Hook. And man, I could remember when that happened too. That whole Sandy Hook incident. I mean, I live in New York. Literally, Sandy Hook was right across the Long Island Sound for me. Connecticut. Yeah, I have 13-year-old twins who attend public school, and now I'm a mostly likely seek homeschooling if I can pull it off. Dude looks like he is deeply disturbed. Yeah, man, the dude is his gaze is from afar in that pic, and he could possibly even be satanic, but no judgments. Yeah, well, a lot of these cultures be big and all that. I was born in New Haven, Connecticut. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. Right across the sound. Right across the sound. gun waving New Haven, Connecticut, from what they used to call it, from what I think they used to call it. I know it's no joke over there in New Haven. Listen, Chris, man, hopefully, your family and everybody is safe and is out of harm's way, man, because over there, Uvalde is definitely a hot zone, man. I mean, like, I would hate to think that these are the type of people that are just in and around those areas, though. Like, I don't think these type of people just hang around or just be around these type of areas in Texas. What is going on with the siren? Yeah. Got people out here trying to check it out. I'm sorry, I'm texting my lady friend to make sure she's good. I smell psychops in this by yet we'll never be able to prove it. Same as Aurora Theater shooter in Colorado. You know what's crazy about that Aurora shooter? Like, yo, I haven't heard much about it. Like, did that guy ever get sentenced? Like, how did you be able to do that and then never get sentenced? Yeah, remember that shooting that happened at the Las Vegas casino where the guy knocked out that window and was shooting into the country festival thing or whatever the case may be? Remember that shooting that happened? That shit looked very funny to me. That looked real funny to me. And you never heard about any of the settlement cases that came out of that, if there were any settlement cases at all. Shit is crazy, man. There's forces and powers that be, man, that I'm not saying this was one of them, but maybe you just never know, you know what I mean? Until further details come out, right? Because I do think it's odd that the Buffalo shooter is only being charged with one count of manslaughter when he killed 10 people. Like, I'm just waiting for them to probably say, no, it's just a stipulation. We're giving him one count, but we're actually going to be charging him with numerous counts. But why haven't numerous counts showed up yet? Same as the anthrax mailer right after 9/11. Yeah, isn't that strange too? Anthrax. George Bush got a anthrax thing in the mail. There we go. Nope. I have to fix it. Hey, thanks for the heads up. Kariminola. Yeah, man, my spelling is just all the way off. Oh, snap. Okay, let's see. New York Post normally it's normally pretty good about this. Oh, I gotta get him out of here. That's why people don't believe in anything is real. We don't even know the guy's name, do we? The anthrax mailer. That's very true. That's because we don't even have. He would cross-dress and behave like a girl in some of his posts. Saw it on 4chan thread. What? Are you serious? Send me that link, sir. Please, please send me that link. Because somebody on Twitter was like, yo, he's a transgender mass shooter. Does the LGBTQ community have anything to say about this? Listen, man. Because another thing, too, that Yubo app that he was on messaging people, yeah, that would be an app that would be for kids like that. It's very strange on that app. Trust me, I've been on that app. I've talked to some of these weirdos on there. It's very strange. So what you're saying definitely sounds true. As soon as I can find that pic again on 4chan, I'll send the link. I think I may have seen it on Twitter though, but I didn't know if that was true. I don't know if that was a real picture of him. Let me see. Let me look at this again. This is not him. I'm talking about this picture right here. That's is this the one you're talking about? Yeah, he used Yubo. But that's not him. That do not look like him. Maybe he was hitting for for the other team. Not that picture on Twitter. Okay, cool. Yeah, because that's the picture that I saw, man. And you know, they said that how he was a cross dresser and stuff like that. Meet your newest school shooter, Salvador Ramos. But I don't. That doesn't look like him. And does the LGBTQ have anything to say about it if they, you know, if it was? But I'm not, you know, I'm not gonna put that out there just as of yet. You know what I'm saying? I don't. You know, we don't really know for sure. We don't know for sure. Listen, Unc, I'm trying to figure it out too, you know what I mean? But yeah, if you can, man, definitely shoot me the link. Let me know when you find it, and then you could shoot me the link right here. I'll leave the email. Hold on. staff@trypolitics.com. And boom. You know, send the link right there because I definitely want to see that. Because I went to 4chan as well, right? I'm not used to 4chan, man. I went on there and I tried to figure it out. and I wasn't really able to figure out how people maneuver 4chan. It's still very new to me. You know, I'm still trying to figure out exactly how to do certain things and whatnot. What type of shit is this? All right, hold on. Hold up. Mm. You know what you guys find out there, man? Because this is getting a little odd. It's getting a little weird too on the like what? Hmm. Apparently my site is now under some type of attack. Can't be though, because I do have protection. My website does wear my website does wear a condom. So any type of attacks is a little odd. You already know. You already know, Unc. Hey, when you went to the website, right? I mean, the website was a little funky, wasn't it? It was a little janky because I'm checking it on my phone right now and it is not loading up the way it's supposed to. Oh, wait, no. No, it's actually no, it's back working now. Never mind. Wait. Smoke weed every day. uh, yeah, no, what the fuck is this? See, man, this is another reason too, right? Like you try to like, nah, I don't like this. Then you go to the article. Okay, you could do that. You know, you're trying to like do things the right way. You create ownership. This is the only problem with ownership, though, right? When I was talking about doing your own thing, this, that, the third, people will hate on you, and then they'll try to attack your website. Like this is not what the. So you constantly got to work on the back end. Jam packets. Okay, then for me. Here on PC, don't know about the other platforms, but they're done. Been 3 years. Oh, nice. Let me see. Hopefully, dude finds those pictures, man. Because if he finds those actual pictures of that dude in 4chan, holy shit, that would be something. Yeah, no, I don't like what's going on here, man. I'm definitely thinking you haven't broke any laws here. You're just sharing publicly clear released information. That's what I'm saying. Especially on the website. But for all you know, you're the only one providing this type of content on here. Yeah, because I don't think anybody else is really on here really talking about this guy like that, and it needs to be talked about. I have to pick. How do I send the link? Does YouTube live chat allow links? You can send it to my email. I posted it up here at staff at Trevor. Boom, you can send it to there, and then I'll be able to get it. Or you could post a link in there, and then I'll just copy and paste it actually too. Either way, either or, but I'll have to check it out first just to make sure it's okay. But let me work on something on the back end real fast because for some reason my mobile site is not acting the way it needs to be acting, and I think I know what it is. Because I think there's an issue with uh that, and then I have to do this. Bow. Right. That's why it's good, man. That's why you gotta learn your systems. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, shout out to all the new people that come through. Yes, I definitely want to, I definitely want to shout out all the newcomers that stopped through. That's reading up on some of the information that you're seeing on the screen right now. For those of you who don't know, my name is Rel. I am the creative director, chief editor of trappolitics.com. What is Trap Politics? Trap Politics is the traps that keep us within a certain state of mind and the politics that continue to govern those type of state of minds that we're constantly living in within society. It's a euphemism for being locked into a certain system of things. So my whole goal is to be able to expose that and at least peel back the layers and ask questions along the way. So I appreciate everybody that's coming through, that's having a discourse and conversation. Definitely check out the website. Right now I am finessing it as I fix it on the back end because there was a little issue, but I think it should be a-okay now. Yeah, I fixed it. I knew. See, that's why it's good to like learn You know, when you build it yourself, you know what to fix. It's like you're not like thinking, oh, I gotta call the developer, and he doesn't work because he works from 8 to 4, and I could only call him between those times. Now it's like 11 o'clock, but I was able to fix the problem. You know what I'm saying? All right, let me check the email real quick. Okay, I got your email, Unc. Thanks. Let me see if I see any other email. I just got that one email. You're in admin mode, obviously. I'll check it again here. Yeah, it gave me a little bit of issue, but now it's actually, it's back up and running. Let me text my homegirl. Okay. Okay, we should be good now. Should be good. Should be good. Should be good. Should be good. All right. Now let's see what the New York Post have to say about it. Let's get back to business. Let's get back to business. All right, all right. All right, I'm gonna check the email. I was gonna ask. Breaking news. You'll be the first. You see, man, this is why I appreciate you guys. You guys bring the fresh information, you know. I could push it to the right platforms and the right places, and listen, we come together if we could only come together. Oh shit. My bad. I got a little carried away, y'all. Can you tell? Can you tell how crazy I got a little carried away? But this type of stuff amps me up, man. Oh wow. I got it. Yo. Now, yo. Yo, yo, yo. Yo, 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 yo. Yo, this yo. Ah. Oh, but should I'm about to call TMZ right now and be like, the LBGTQ community has to answer to this. The LBGTQ community needs to answer to this. Is it really a mental thing? Please tell us now, because hey, they need to answer to that. I'm gonna put it in a form. I'm gonna put it in the forum. If people want to see it, you got to go to the forum. Yo, this is crazy. This is crazy. Oh my god. Oh man, that looks like him. Even though the picture's a little blurry, the lips looks just like him. RuPaul, what have you said? Yo, listen, we live in a clown world. Listen, man, this is some shit. Thanks for sending this over, man. I appreciate the investigative research. Thank you for sending this. Wow, I didn't even go to the thread yet. Uh, Okay, see, now the thread gets a little. The thread gets a little crazy. This is why 4chan is kind of like 4chan is a little crazy. This gets wild. But I do appreciate the investigative research, man. Holy shit. Should I hit up TMZ right now? Hey. Who can I hit up to blow this up? Because nobody has this. Nobody knows this yet. Who the fuck can I hit up right now? You know what? I know who to send this to. No, I can't send that to that fucking guy. He's gonna be like, yo, I need more sources. How do we know for sure who's the source? Because if you don't have a source, we can't really say. I mean, I'm using my logical common sense and my eyes, and like, yo, that definitely looks like, dude. I wonder if the source a rap on Instagram. Oh, and on whatchamacallit, on Twitter as well too. But hold on, wait. Let me go through. Where did they grab? Oh, they grabbed that picture off of his IG. That's now that's blocked, right? Isn't that where they got this picture from? Because wow, they're saying how they're sleepers. Yeah. Yeah, I believe this is definitely from his IG. Hold on, wait. I'm texting somebody right now that I'm going to be sending this to. Hold on one second, because this is this is crazy. I believe this is from. Yeah. Okay. Hold on, wait. I doubt it. I doubt they would though. Wow. All right. I don't even want to hold this up to the YouTube screen. I don't want YouTube to even see the shit that I have. Um Man, where can I post this? You know what? Nah, see if you post it on where can I share this video, this photo, man? This is some groundbreaking. Should I put it You know what? I'm gonna put it. I'm just gonna put it on the website. I'm just gonna put it on my website, and I'm just gonna be like, yo, should the LGBTQ community answer to this? They gotta answer to this. Where are you guys? Because this is looking bad. It's looking real bad. These things are true. Ramos. That's why this thing is. Uh, um, yeah, this is I'm sorry, y'all. This is gonna definitely throw me off, but I need to update this. Uh, uh, with a question mark. There we go. That's how to really, you know. Mhm. About the Texas. Let me just add that in real quick. I know I know the community is gonna be upset at me. Community is gonna be upset at me. And AR-15. Right, then go into this. I'm just gonna upload that photo, man. I'm not reading the chat right now, man. I'm sorry. Turn this on real quick. I should send it to this one other guy too, but man, people don't be giving nobody credit out here these days, man. You know, people don't be. I mean, I should definitely. I would credit my homeboy in the chat who sent this over, but I don't want him to, you know, get in trouble with me. If I get thrown in the fire, it'll just be me getting thrown in the fire. You know, I don't want to get nobody else in trouble with this. You know, bring the heat my way. Hot damn it. I got firepower, sort of. Uh, let me see. Can I change this? The feature image? No, I can't change that. You know what? I'm just gonna just duplicate this. Like so. Bow. Wait, what the hell? All right. I'm gonna say rumor. Rumor to be part of the LGBTQ community. Mm, my bad, y'all. My bad. I can't even read the chat right now. I know, people are just leaving like, oh, what is he doing? Why isn't he not saying anything? You know what? Wait, no, that's not a good place to put it. You know what? Where it says Texas shooter and alleged. LBGT. All right. Yeah. There we go. Okay. Yeah. That looks. Now it's more presentable. All right. Let me drop the link in there. So. Oh, oh man. Let me drop the link, son. Yo, drop that link, son. You only got let's run these numbers up on this clown ass nigga, man. You gotta spill the beans. No, I'm about to spill the beans. I'm about to spill the beans, Kathy, because there's some damaging photos that has now been released. And I think it needs to be viewed with skepticism. Okay, with skepticism. We're only trying to figure. We're only trying to figure it out as we go along. All right, boom. I dropped the link. Now, it's not. What this guy did was horrific. And we're not trying to just be pointing the fingers at anything. But maybe he might have been conflicted. So there. You know what I mean? There. There's the photo. Take a look. See what's going on there. And then think about it. All right. Let me know if I need to change the title. I'll change the title around a little bit more. I'll play around with the title a little bit. You know what? I'm gonna change the title around. I'm not gonna put the title so directed. I'm gonna edit the title a little bit more. I'm gonna say who won having a rainbow. Yeah, there we go. That's a little bit more. Let's not jump out the window completely just yet. Because we don't know for sure still, right? Okay. A lot better. I'm gonna drop the new link. A lot better. I had to switch it around. I couldn't just put it out there like that. Let me remove that one and then put this one. There we go. And I need four more likes to get to 10 likes. If you guys could you guys don't mind, I would appreciate it. If you guys could help me get to 10 likes. That's all I need. Just 4 more likes and I should be all right. Appreciate everybody stopping through and just at least, what I'm saying, partaking and parlaying in the conversation and what have you. I did drop a link in there that would give people I thought so too. The lip structure, the face structure looks like him a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Something to think about, right? Something to think about. Something to think about. Let me go to let me see, because I know Twitter don't got this. I know Twitter don't got this shit. Now I got to watermark it. I got to watermark it. Hold on. Man, oh man. My bad, y'all. I'm like I'm still figuring out how to stream and whatnot. So actually, that ain't no hot damn excuse. I'm ain't nobody else better than me out here. I'm out here working. You know what I'm saying? I'm making it happen as it happened, baby. All right, copy. I mean, how cool is that though? You know what I'm saying? You build with the people, grow and whatnot. All right, cool. Put that there like so. Right, and then give it a little bit of transparency. You know what I'm saying? This is how we're gonna really make it. And then you just duplicate it, put it all over the place, like boom. Right? Okay, cool. Then you save it. Then you tweet it. What's this dude's name? Okay. My bad. I know I'm not reading it. Hold on, I'm not reading the chat, but give me a second. Wait. See what the hashtag is saying. Maybe the hashtag already has this information. Hold on. They do. They do have this information, but they have other pictures though of this dude. So this is nothing new. 28 minutes ago, well, 1 hour ago, they do have pictures of this dude like that. Yo, with the El Salvador flag. So that was really a real picture. Yo, there's more pictures. Yo, the community needs to answer. The community needs to answer. Somebody got to say something. I doubt the government will allow a transgender narrative to play out on MSN news outlets. Yeah, I don't think so either. I don't think so either, but it is something to think about. Was there more going on in the mind of this individual that decided to have him go like, to do these things? You know what I'm saying? Not that I'm putting any extra scrutiny on them. Not at all. Was he bullied for being this thing? You know what I'm saying? It could go both ways. You know what I'm saying? Would it make more sense that he felt like no one would accept him? So he said, you know what, if I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna go out with a bang. What else could be the narrative here? Does the community, have to, it's an interesting, it's an interesting narrative. Hey, yeah, again, shout out to all 20 people that's in the chat room right now that's stopping through to, have a great little discourse and find out some information. Make sure you hit the like button, man. I need 4 more likes to hit 10 likes. That's all I'm asking for. Just 4 more people to hit the like button. If you guys don't mind just giving me a little hand over here, you know what I mean? And it's free. It doesn't cost much. It's free. I need uno más and we should be there. I appreciate y'all, man, for real. Just one more person and we are lit. But it's something to it's something to think about. You know what I'm saying? It is definitely something to think about. Yo, shout out to everybody. I appreciate you guys, man. You guys got me to 10 likes. Thank you so much. So yeah, was he bullied? Was he bullied? Will the LGBTQ community come out and make a statement about one of the worst shootings to ever happen by a member of this? I mean, I doubt it. I doubt it. But this was a real picture of him. I thought this was fake. Oh, what? No, I don't think that was actually him, but these pictures are definitely him. Hey man, a lot of people are going to be asking these questions. It's not a matter of who cares. It's a matter of what led him to do this. Yo, Railroad 22, that's a wild statement, man. That sounds wild, bro. What if you just wanted to show women can be mass murderers too? Here's my theory. I think he may have been bullied. lots of people who have been bullied for centuries without doing this sort of thing, right? But we're living in a century, in an age where social media plays a big role. People have killed themselves over cyberbullying, and that's cyberbullying, not even being physically bullied in person. This is just online BS. So it could play a factor. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Maybe that's the thing. Who knows though? This is all, the whole purpose is to just have a discourse on scenarios and circumstances that may have caused someone to just lose their shit, you know? That is sick, man. That is sick. Was Salvador here illegally? If this guy actually read the news, he'll know that he was actually born here. So, okay. So all the latest information so far just points to this. Here's the school shooter. Here go the gender wars. Here's the school shooter, Robb Elementary School in Uvalde, Texas. Uvalde, Texas. See, the problem, this government we have pushing the issue that choosing your gender is okay. Yeah, this guy's crazy. Yeah, Patrick. That's all that's really being shown right now. They don't really have too much info about the guy, and any info that they do have about him has either being wiped or something else. See, here's another thing: the Mental Health Awareness Month, right? So people are trying to ask, what really caused it. I'm not just gonna jump the gun and just say that either, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just gonna be like, oh yeah, he was mentally ill. Because if you're going to really tie those two things together, then you got to really start to ask, well, back to these touchy subjects. You know what I'm saying? Now, talking about like gender is like talking about politics and religion. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's a really touchy issue to really start talking about, because when you start adding gender into it and then mental health into it as well too, it really starts becoming a subjective conversation instead of an objective conversation. Am I wrong here? Because my point of view would be completely different from your point of view, and you'll die by that shit. You know what I'm saying? Instead of being objective, instead of like pizza, where it's like, pizza tastes like pizza, so it's always going to be good. It's just like, who did you get your pizza from? You know what I'm saying? It's like, if you understand my analogy. But if I say, yo, nah, it wasn't mental health. What do you mean it wasn't mental health? Of course it was mental health. Then it's going to be like a back and forth thing where I'll say no, but you'll say yes, and you'll die in it, unlike a common ground where it'll be like, yo, this is this, and it's always going to be this. Crazy though, crazy, crazy. Oh yeah, you're right. Anything else will be Dr. Phil type guesswork. We'll never know the real event as they unfold, but I am skeptic. So yeah, I'm definitely open to, what are your thoughts on how fast this story may go away? Because the shooter is not a white person. Patrick, man. As a person who does like independent journalism as best as I can, even though I'm new to the field, these cycles definitely don't last too long, because we're still kind of talking about the Buffalo shooter as well too, right? Because that literally happened a little more than 2 weeks ago, or maybe just about 2 weeks ago. and that has started to fade into the darkness a little bit. But this, I don't know, man. This dealt with kids, you know. It's dealt with kids, man. And yes, I think social media being so wide open isolates people in their own little bubble and take every this to extremes when they probably wait, where to go? Oh, when they probably don't even know the bully. Yeah, yeah. I was talking about that before. I was talking about that before. Before. My bad. I'm just I don't see the trans angle until I came here. So thanks for that. Oh, no problem, Patrick, man. Yeah, nah, it's something to think about. And thanks for sharing it too, man. I do appreciate that. It's something to think about, you know? A lot of questions that need to be asked because, man, I do appreciate the share. At first, when I first saw this picture, I was like, that's not a real picture. That's not really him. It don't look like him. And then I started seeing other pictures. And then I saw this picture, and I'm like, yeah, that looks more like him. Even though it's a little darky and shit, that looks like this picture a little bit. People naturally forget and remember the last atrocity. Yeah. I mean, and the summer isn't even here yet, you know? I wonder what's wild was that on the last stream, I was saying with the Buffalo shooter, you know, that the summertime hasn't even really started yet and these type of things are happening. So I wonder when summer do come around, man, I wonder would these type of events calm down or pick up even more frequently, you know? It's like dude waited till he was 18 years old to get a weapon. I think you should be 21 to get a weapon. Yeah. Would it make a difference? Maybe. That's what I think they should be lobbying for. 21 years old. Because at least at 18, you're still like, at 18, you're still like 15, 14, you know? You're not really caught up to your age yet. You're still pretty sensitive to your surroundings and learning to adapt. So you're not 100% there yet, you know? 21, at least you're coming to the realization that you're out of your teens. So there's a point of reckoning when you're in your 20s. You know, when you just hit your 20s and you're like, oh shit, man, I'm no longer in high school. because you're far removed from high school at that point. 18, some people are still in high school at 18, you know? Some people are still like in that young state of mind at 18. Shouldn't be able to get a gun at 18. They should push the gun age to 25, to be honest with you. Yeah, man. But these are actually real photos. That is crazy to me. That is crazy, crazy, crazy to me. The Coca-Cola look sus because he looks shorter. No, if a person is a transgender, that won't make anyone inherently evil or twisted. However, taking abuse because of that fact is a serious possibility. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying, man. Because it's a little bit more sensitive on that angle too. Because obviously that's like a trend that's trying to be overturned now. You know, that's kind of like one of the community's talking points. Let's see. True, but look at Shanton and Baltimore, where I live. They have been going off all winter. Oh yeah, nah, Patrick, man, yo, the Shy. Listen, I already know the Shy. Chirac for real. Like I know. I mean, where do you think the New York murder rate came from? You know, they saw y'all and they saw y'all as the most gangster. So it's like, you know what, we gonna do that too. You know, they're turning up over there. But yeah, 18 and Pac-Man era 15 is a bit extreme, very extreme, I think. I mean, shit, they even doubled down to the music. You know what I'm saying? Got to keep up, yeah, man. I mean, even down to the rappers' names. D Thing. Like, come on, bro. That's Dirk's brother's name. Why are you calling yourself D Thing? But I don't see anything new so far on this dude. But it's crazy how they were able to get these images as well. Quick, real quick. They were able to dig it up real fast. And I don't know, man. Maybe the community might have something to say about it, you know? Maybe they might jump out the window and do something. That's the shooter? I'm hearing noise outside my door. I don't know if somebody's trying to creep up on me. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna try to creep up on me. They're gonna have, they're gonna have a rude awakening. They talking hella loud. They might be arguing. It's late at night right now. It's almost 12 o'clock midnight. I mean, I ain't got no weapons, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got nothing, you know what I'm saying? I got this little, I got this little thing right here. You know? I'm a surgeon with it though, you know what I'm saying? If I throw it good, I might be able to catch, throw you off guard or whatever. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Salvador Ramos, man. A lot to think about, man. A lot to think about. Yep, the feds can get a subpoena for social media in less than 20 minutes. Wait. My bad, I didn't read these first ones. This is when the pandemic started. He was 15, 16, and I think the minds have gone astray and unattended to throw that in with the depression so many kids seem to have nowadays. He was also with his grandmother. I'm not gonna say he grew up with his grandmother, but his grandmother was the last person that he was with before he shot and killed his own grandmother. Like, what? So he was probably dealing with issues at home, you know? And them El Salvadorian families aren't really too, I don't think they're very acceptive of this type of behavior within the family. Forget what society is talking about. What's happening at home, you know? His grandma probably walked in with him dressed up like that, probably beat him over the head with a stick and told him, cut that shit out. He was like, grandma, I can't take this anymore. Take me to the train station. And then he packed his bags, and then on the way to the train station, he's like, grandma, just stop right here real quick. What I'm saying? We're passing the school, but I need to take a piss right here real quick. Just stop right here. So she stopped or whatever. He went into his bag. He unfortunately took her life. And then, the border patrol officers probably heard it, because from what I'm understanding, there were border patrol officers in the area. So dude probably, what I'm saying, ran up in the school, barricaded himself in, did his dirt, and then, got taken out. This is just my, this is just my synopsis, my scenario. This is just, how I'm looking at it. Maybe, who is out here yelling, son? I might have to break on off out and, what I'm saying, see what the hell they got going on. It's Catholic, very strict upbringing in Central America. Yeah. There goes another angle, living with his family, and they wasn't agreeing to none of this shit. That's J Apple. What's happening, my man? Thanks for stopping through. Talking about the shooter. That's the shooter right there. That series, The Girl from Plainville, based on real events. Everything was motivated through text message. Words are weapons. Absolutely, man. Apparently, Duke was talking to some chick or whatever, and he was on Yubo. Now, the thing about Yubo is that Yubo is a very young app. There's a lot of young people on there, but it's a very LBGTQ friendly app. A lot of gay people on there, a lot of women on there too. There's some good, some beautiful girls on there, but most of the times that I've been on there, I've seen a lot of gayism going on there. You know what I mean? So ain't nothing wrong with that. It is what it is. If that's what it is what it is. Nobody's saying anything. We're trying to figure out whether or not, because him being as freely as he is taking these type of things, you never know who might have walked in on him while he was, playing dress up, and it probably didn't go well, of course, with his family. So, something to think about. I disagree. Words are not weapons. Hey, Pat, just check in for a minute. Hope the day is fine with you. Hope the day finds you well. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh shit. Where are they at?
Let me see if there's anything else underneath the hashtag. 3 hours ago, Romas. Is there such thing as a white Hispanic? Yeah, that's pretty much about it, man. There really isn't anything else new that has been shown. Could he been part of some extremist group? Would you consider the LGBTQ community an extremist group, JD? Just asking. Just asking. Not saying it is. Not saying it isn't. Go to Spain. They are as milky white as they come. Yep, has to be weak-minded. Charles Manson was on the other side too. Influential, weak-minded with words. No. JD, not really. Some would say. I personally wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that though. Nah, there hasn't been much information about him and where he's been and who he's with. So that's kind of like what the whole broadcast is about. Just trying to pick apart what's being shown on social media and whatnot to try to get a good understanding of the mindset of this guy. He was American, grew up in El Salvadorian culture. So far, this is what I've been able to gather. Was American, born in North Dakota, grew up within El Salvadorian culture. And that's it so far. Disturbed, to say the least, to do some shit like this, because you definitely got to be screwed up in the head to think that, attacking children would be the best. But anyways, aside from the fact. Yeah, man. But listen, it's been a good show. I appreciate everybody that stopped through. I've been on here for about 3 hours now, 35 minutes. I think we've done a lot of digging, did a lot of research. And unfortunately we had to come together again like this on some unfortunate times. I do appreciate everybody that stopped through. Brandon and family, Patrick, Esteban. I do appreciate you guys, JD as well, and everybody else that stopped through to, say what's up. Joe, HJ. And I'm gonna just say this in closing as I wrap this show up. Definitely protect your loved ones. Definitely, tell them you love them as much as you can. Show your appreciation as much as you can, even though you might be going through some things and whatnot. You just never know when it's going to be the last time. And for these children, who would have ever thought that the last time that they would be seeing their children is when they put them on the bus to go to school? It's just the reality sometimes for all of us to really realize how short life really is and how fickle life really is. We just never know what people are going through as well too. So definitely take care of yourself, take care of your loved ones, man. Tell them that you love them as much as you can, because again, like I say, you just never know. And with that being said, man, take care. Much love. Peace. Let me see where I'm at.